Okay, so I'm in the lift of the Science Museum and I'm heading for, let me film this one, for the third floor. So flight should be a very interesting place that I can visit. So coming up, third floor. Okay. Okay, so we have two options. I think I'm gonna go for here now and see what we find. Okay, so this is part of the history of flight. I'm gonna try to get everything into the camera. So yes, that's a mannequin up there, and this is how they used to start the history of the flight itself. So let's have a look around. I will show you some cool stuff in this side of the Science Museum in London. And let's walk around. This is pretty cool at the top. All sorts of aircraft engines. They look pretty cool. All type of like shapes. And some planes at the top as well, very, very old. Okay, I'm gonna walk on the other side of the museum so you can see a little bit better this part of it. So through here, as soon as we come through, we have this type of aircraft. It looks pretty old. And I think at some point there was functional, so this is not just a piece that was made for the museum. So let's go through here and see some of the shapes of these little aircrafts. Okay, so let me go this way so you can see it a little bit better. And in here we have a suit of a pilot. That is what they used to wear back on the day. Let's walk through here. 1 second. Oh, so that's a German jet fighter. I think this particular plane was coming out in 1945, and the Germans lost the war because this particular plane came out later when the war was almost lost. So next to it is a Spitfire. Very characteristic of the Spitfire are the side sort of exhaust pipes coming out of the engine. So I will walk you through there as well. In here we have a different type of plane. This one is it lands on water, pretty old, and this is literally underneath of the Spitfire. So that is that. 1 second. Let me show you around on this side. It's pretty bright. Okay, so you have a glider in here, then some jet fighter. That was the one at the top, the yellow one. I think that was at the beginning of the jet engine. And then in here, let me show you, you have I think is a Harrier or whatever the name is. This used to be used by the English for the vertical takeoff. And here there is the engine of this particular aircraft. So let me show you around. Pretty cool. I like this kind of stuff because you see new things. If you are into a day out or engineering, that sort of stuff, this is a good thing to do. So let me walk up, and I want to show you the German World War II plane, because most of you, I'm sure you want to see that. And we are going up there. Okay, so let's have a good look at it. Okay, so he has some sort of ski in the front, pretty basic actually, but I'm sure the Germans thought about this small details, and it looks like super fast for that time. If you think 1944, 1945, this plane was meant for war, so a testimony of it is sitting here in the Science Museum. So let's walk around, and on this side you have some US Army
helicopter. Pretty sweet.
Right, so you have a army helicopter, and then some other plane. This one looks pretty cool.
Look at this one.
Okay. Okay, this was the flight room of the museum, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. You can subscribe, and I will be back with more videos. Bye bye.